Hey guys, Footy Focus Podcast, episode 18.
Hi guys.
I've done 18 in a row.
Yeah, it's been good.
Longest relationship of my life. Yours?
Yeah, definitely. It's not hard to beat 0.
So we'll kick off with the season review. So we'll go with your team first.
There's no non-footy stuff. There's not a lot happening in terms
there's
of
no
sports
Ashes,
at the moment.
Next week, maybe.
You leave in 4 days, so
Yeah.
get a bit of a break from footy.
Yeah, don't rob my house.
Yeah, that's right. You're giving me the keys and I'll promise to keep them safely. We're just coming here to record and that's it.
Okay.
640...
646. Waverley Road. Yeah.
Alright, let's get into the review. So we might just review in detail Kangaroos and Port Adelaide, and then we'll just do a summary of the other teams that missed the 8. So, do you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, so what went right with the Roos? My bad.
No, that's okay. That wasn't scripted. But, yeah, what went right? I think this year the game plan went right after Reece Shaw took over. So before that, we were handballing way too much, over-possessing it from the back half, and we're getting scored against the most from the centre clearances. So the 6-6-6 rule was working against us. And Scott was on the panel for making that rule, so that wasn't good. But after Shaw took over, he sort of simplified things. We were kicking more, and we weren't getting scored. We were actually one of the better teams defensively.
Yeah, so you're more direct, I guess.
And what went wrong? So I thought the injuries went wrong. Not to key players. I thought our core group played a lot of footy, except for Higgins. Anderson missed a few games. But otherwise, our depth took a real big hit. So guys like Majak Dor we know about. Ben Jacobs, we didn't see him this year. Ed Wickers-Willis, who always seems to start the season last few years, gets injured.
And he just had a in-the-season surgery too, I think.
Wickers-Willis?
Wickers-Willis?
Oh,
yeah,
really? Okay.
So.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not good, considering he missed the whole year. Sam Wright retired. Bailey Scott got injured, and he was around one. What are you smiling? He was around one rising star, and also guys like Walker, Tyson, and Hall, who they just didn't play. Davies Uniacke, Hayden, and McDonald also got injured towards the last half of the season. So that's a lot of players, and that sort of took its toll at the end, where we wanted to drop players, but we just didn't have enough people to come in. So that's why there was lack of changes, even after kicking one goal against Geelong. I think there was only one forced change.
Sorry, Ed, it's actually Luke Davies Uniacke who had the end of season surgery. That's why I was smiling.
Oh, right. No, it's okay. It's a hyphenated surname, so...
So who do you reckon was your most improved player from last season? Not compared to last season.
I reckon Jai Simpkin was probably our most improved.
Yeah,
I had to really think about it because there weren't too many.
Well, no one would have probably remembered Jai Simpkin last year, and people would this year.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good one.
Yeah, there weren't any others to really improve, I don't think. A couple of the Port recruited well, but they weren't playing for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Simpkin played more time in the midfield, and he had 3 games over 30 possessions. Still had his quiet games here and there, but he was definitely more consistent. Was able to hit the scoreboard. So hopefully he continues on next year.
Was he first round pick, wasn't he?
Big 12, I think.
12,
yeah. So.
He's on track at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, he's had a
Based
good
on the
year.
back
He's
half.
had a good year. So he might finish top 10 in the best and fairest, which is a good sign.
And then the most disappointing player?
Again, had to think about this as well. A lot of them were injured, like normal whipping boys like McDonald, but Mason Wood was probably the most disappointing for me because he showed glimpses at the start, got injured as he does, came back in and had a few quiet games, but yeah, he's definitely he'll be traded. I think that's
What would you accept for him?
Maybe if we're lucky, a pick in the 30s, but realistically, it'll probably be in the 40s.
Yeah.
So Mason Wood gone, and we already know Scott Thompson, Sam Wright, Rovat, and Watson. Watson didn't play a game, so they all got delisted. Higgins, there's talk that he might be out the door.
That's what I was going to ask you. I think we've talked about this a bit on the
Yeah, I
pod,
think so, but it's gathered steam last few days, yeah.
Well, I think Geelong could either get him or Steven, so I don't think they can get both. So.
Might depend if Ablett retires, because we know Tim Kelly's going, so if Ablett and Tim Kelly go, they probably can get both, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I think Yeah, I think the Cats would offer a first round for Higgins. Other clubs probably
He
wouldn't.
wants. We're giving him. He's contracted for next year. We're giving him 1 year extension, but he wants 2 years extension.
1 year for Higgins. Okay, you're probably not showing him the door, but you're probably giving him opportunity to go then.
Yeah,
He's good enough to get more than a 1 year contract. Would have thought.
So if we give him 2 years, that means next year and 2 years after that. So,
okay.
So we got him for next year.
So he wants more security.
He wants one extra. Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But it depends what we can get back in. So players in, we're looking at Papley, but the media keeps saying Carlton's more likely for him. Yep. There's been talk of Constable for Higgins.
He'd be a good get too.
He would, but I don't know about Constable. He's just inside midfielders are the easiest to find, in any draft. So Higgins is our class polish. So I'd rather a Narkle than Constable, to be honest.
Okay.
Or like a pick rather than an inside midfielder. He'll be good, Constable, but maybe a draft.
Too top heavy. So what picks do you have in the drafts?
So 7 and 25 at the moment. So we'll be looking at more class with the midfield, a bit of pace. Yeah. Small forward would be a specialist position that I would look for as well. And with Goldie getting old, the Ruckman. So next year, I think it's hard to see us improving dramatically or being really, really bad. So looking at similar sort of position as this year. If we have a good run with injuries and natural improvement, I think we can push into the 8 and maybe even 5th, 6th, but that's if everything goes well. Considering the last half of the year has been pretty competitive against good teams as well. So, so that's my review. So hopefully,
Do you think the ceiling's maybe a finals appearance, possibly a win?
Yeah, a win would be good, yeah. I mean, a lot of the list still has a bit of finals experience. So the core definitely do. So
there's no reason why you shouldn't jump up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brisbane have done it. So, I think looking forward to the trade and draft. That's what I'm really looking forward to the rest of the year. I don't really care about the final.
I don't care.
I don't care who wins the grand final.
We'll scrap the game reviews, game previews.
Yeah, don't worry. You can do that by yourself. But, I just want the trade. That's where... trading gets more media clicks.
You know that?
Yeah.
No, Trade Radio, I think the
most
followed AFL Twitter page.
Yeah, and every year it's like this is going to be the busiest trade period. So, I like it, and I think footy industry, footy followers love it as well.
Fans devour it,
Yeah. So let's move on to Port. You can give a good analysis of what went right.
Yes. So what went right? I think the youngsters, so Rosie, Dersman, Butters, probably the three. Probably the best draft batch, I think. Probably in our history, probably.
Since Butcher, Pittard and Moore.
Yeah, the scrap heaps from the Sean Burgoyne trade. I think none of them's at the club anymore. So, although Tom Cleary and Darcy Burn-Jones took massive strides forwards in their career, I think they're pretty dependable now and, pretty...
Houston, right? He did well
and
as well.
Houston's the other one too.
He made the under-23...
Yeah, top 22, under 22.
Yeah, I think he made that on the flank,
Yeah, so I think, Houston, that's a good get by you. So he's probably added a tagging element to his game, and then Travis Boak, career best year. And I think the game plan, I think, stands up in finals, but obviously got to get there first, and consistency is a big thing. So obviously that's what went wrong, the inconsistency, probably the most up and down team all year. Lost to the Roos, just a no-show in a must-win game. Cost us finals, still pretty pissed off about it. It's a month after the game. And Ollie won the jet ski pre-season. He's probably our most informed mid last year and just never got any continuity after that. Had a wrist injury and I think a broken hand. Played through that for the rest of the year. So if we can get him...
He'll be looking for a good pre-season.
Yeah, no outdoor activities. Yes.
The trade talk, that's got to be rubbish, right?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I didn't like
just
what Kane Corn
media
said.
Stuff.
Well, there was a rumour today, 2 firsts to Carlton. Or 2 firsts from Carlton for Ollie.
Apparently they're looking for a big fish, Carlton. Like, they miss out on Colini.
Well, they need support for Cripps, but I wouldn't give up Ollie. I think he's the...
I don't think he would go. He's not that type.
No, he signed a 5-year contract, and I wouldn't trade him at all. So
5 years? Oh, he's definitely not going. He's just a media clickbait, probably.
Yeah, so most improved.
But who will go?
Yeah, exactly. There'll be someone. Yeah, so on that, most improved player, Carl Amon. So I think he's probably looking likely to leave. Probably had his best breakout season after Polak and Wingard left, so he's probably going to get top 5 in the BNF. And Darcy Byrne-Jones and what you mentioned before, Dan Houston. So I think they're probably tied, and I think they'll probably duke it out for the BNF.
Can you tell us a bit more about Amon?
Yeah, so he's
quick? He's quick, yeah.
Yeah, he's quick, speedy mid. So he's a left footer. So he's been hyped up for years. I think he was meant to be the tagger after Kane Corns left, because he's got great endurance. Had a massive pre-season in Dubai one time, and I thought he'd be the transition from Kane Corns, but just never locked into place. So he's always playing one game in, one game out. Or
has he got a bit of skill and polish about him?
Yeah, so he's probably the best ball user in our midfield, I would have thought.
Like a neat ball user, not the maybe classiest, but sounds like Trent Dumont, but with a bit of pace. And I like the Kangaroos to look at Amon, because I think Dumont's sort of.
Well, you're going to steal another one of our players, are you? Huh? You're just going to steal all our players.
That's good developing mids.
No, but I think him and Houston probably the only good ball users in our midfield. So when they get the ball, you can tell. And the most disappointing player was Stephen Motlop. Finished the season in the Sandful and got dropped, I think, twice. So just not the player we.
Story of his career.
Well, not the player expected, because the last year in Geelong, he was really skillful, won a couple of games off his own boot.
Yeah, I remember that goal he kicked against Adelaide.
Well, even the Sandful last year, the showdown last year when he kicked that match winner. So, list changes, I think Paddy Ryder and Sam Gray will go, probably Carl Amon too. There's been a bit of talk about Sam Powell-Pepper and Dougal Howard, but I think both of them aren't keen to leave. And Dougal Howard's locked in for the next 3 years. So players I don't really want to target any players. I think we've seen what's happened with Rockcliffe and Watts to a lesser extent and Motlop. So just go to the drafts again, and hopefully one of the South Australian youngsters, and you'll talk about that.
Yeah, there's a few good youngsters,
just got to add to the core group of Cleary, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Bonner, Amon, Drew, Laddams, Marshall, Howard and Kane Farrell. So they're all, I think, all under 23. So if we can add to that, that'd be great.
So what kind of players would you be looking for in the draft? Because you have pick 10 or something, 9 or 10?
Yeah, just midfielders with good ball use. So I think we're pretty set with contested midfielders.
Like another Dersma on the other wing or something.
Yeah, I think someone like that. Someone like a two-way player. And I've said ball use. So I think we butcher the ball at times, and that's probably the thing holding us back from being a good finals team.
You guys had the most inside 50s for the whole year.
Yeah. So just butcher the ball and don't give...
efficiency. Someone, you need a good player, maybe even a half forward that can kick it into the forward line.
Well, that's what Motlop was there for. Motlop and Watts. And they really haven't done that.
And losing Pittard, Polak and Wingard sort of had that efficiency going forward. So I think you're probably spot on. Getting a classy player in the mid.
Yeah. So I think for next year, I think Jonas is my prediction to be the sole skipper. Just give Wines a full year at it, and then maybe make him the full-time skipper in a couple of years. I think Marshall and Dixon will form a 1-2 punch, but Marshall's got to play. Hopefully has another big pre-season and then do that. And I think top 8 is my prediction. I'm not sure if we can win in a final, but that'll save Kenny's job and then for another season, I guess.
Okay, my quick word on Port Adelaide, maybe. I had you guys finishing sort of bottom 4, because you lost a lot of experience, and I thought
use strategy.
The kids are really young, and like Butters and Dersma, they were not big kids, they were skinny, but no, you did well to have the start you did. Fell off in the end. I think maybe the kids got a bit tired. Yeah, a bit of inconsistency, but
I think there was more consistency from the non-youngsters. Like Rosie probably had the best. Luke Darcy said he had the best first year.
He gave him 5.
Yeah, he gave him 5.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, based on the fact that he recruited as a halfback and played as a forward.
Luke Darcy didn't know what the criteria was when he was voting, obviously.
Anyway.
But you're right about that. Now, Rosie did finish 2nd. I thought he was going to finish 3rd. Who finished 3rd, I think?
Stack.
Oh, of course.
2 and 3 were pretty close. But
and I think Bailey Smith might have finished 4th.
Yeah.
We got the top 4 right, but...
How about Freo?
Oh, we're gonna do the quick review.
Yeah, we'll do quick.
They're in trouble, I suppose. They're gonna have an exodus of players.
To Hill and Langdon, they're wingman on either side.
Yeah, they haven't got a coach, so a lot might depend on the coach. But they need a good season out of Jesse Hogan. I think he needs a big preseason because he just straightens them up and makes them maybe a 2 or 3 win better side.
Yeah, I think.
So.
And then probably Melbourne. So I think probably
Yeah,
the
well,
most pressure.
You had a go at Melbourne.
I had a go at
recently.
Melbourne a month ago, so they're probably under the most heat under any team.
Okay, I'll ask you a question and you can answer it. Where will Melbourne finish next year? What are they going to dish
I
out?
think they won't make the 8. I think they're probably between 8th and 10th. I think they'll be as bad as this season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Goodwin, that means Goodwin's probably gone, to be honest.
Okay.
So I just don't see where their improvement's going to come from. They're still missing a key forward. I'm not sure who they're going to get.
Yeah, like unless Wiedemann improves a lot and then McDonald stands up, then their Fritsch is their best goal kicker.
And they're too top heavy in the midfield too. Like I think they need to trade not Viney, but maybe a Brayshaw to get like a quick midfield in. And I think Langdon might help from Freo, but
they're in same. I think I'll be surprised if they make
finals.
Maybe they can squeeze into the 8th position, but they're not going to finish top 4 again for a couple of years probably. Who else? Adelaide.
So they've got the reviews. They've got Dunstall and Pavlich in to do the, I guess, club review.
So if they find out the review that Don Pike has lost the players, he'd have to go. People like Hinckley's safe. Apparently, he's like, media thinks it's.
I think the issue is that review is going to take a month. So it projects a month ahead. It's nearly trade period. Yeah, you're
not going to do it.
Appointing a coach at that point. So they probably should have done it before.
They'll lose Eddie Betts by the sounds of it, and Jenkins might leave. So similar to Freo, get a new forward like Fogarty or whoever. Draft a forward.
And Keith's probably likely to leave as well for a 5-year contract. I think at the Saints.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're probably keen to get rid of Carlisle.
Okay, let's talk about Saints then. So Carlisle might go. Everyone's linked to the Saints. Did you find that? Like
Brad Hill, 900,000 over 5 years per year.
So they're going to lose pick 5 probably to that trade.
Yeah. Ratton's going to get appointed tomorrow, apparently.
Yeah, like Mark Fines is a St Kilda supporter, and he was very optimistic about St Kilda. Because this year they found a lot of players, like Hind, Wilkie,
Caulfield and
Hunter broke out. Yeah,
they both
he was
had a
really
good back half.
Yeah, and Marshall, he's probably the most improved player in the competition. So
and they've still got Gresham and Billings who are their class.
Exactly. So and Max King hasn't played a game yet. Who's better than Ben King apparently.
Maybe get Ben King too.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. But I think and Jack Stevens will leave.
Yeah.
And they'll get some of the injured players back, like
Hanbury's going to have a good year.
Yeah.
Consistent year, hopefully.
They reckon McCartan might be done. And that's pretty sad.
Just a sad story, that
one. But St Kilda are looking good, and I think they might, win a couple more games compared to this year. Maybe, again, 7, 8, no, maybe not make the 8, but 9, 10, 11.
Okay. How about Gold Coast? Wooden Spoon.
Oh, don't know what to do.
Lost the last 18.
They'll get picks 1 and 2.
Sean Burgoyne too, probably.
Yeah, hopefully they'll get Burgoyne. Hopefully they need someone like that. Maybe another player like McVeigh. I don't know, whoever.
Dale Morris?
Someone with some...
he's injured though, but... It's in terms of leadership.
Goldsack? I don't know, anyone. But you can give him priority picks, but it's going to be like hit or miss.
Just a Band-Aid solution, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to get the culture right there. And maybe... Would you trade those 2 picks? But no one wants to go.
You got to trade him for stars, like a Hodge or something like that. If you're not going to get like that, it's probably just worth taking Anderson or Rel. How about the Blues? They probably got the most upside out of any of these teams.
Yeah, a bit of deja vu. Like 10 years ago, they had the most upside, but they just got to keep developing Kerno, Wittering, Mackay. Looking like they're going to get some. They're going to top up this year, with trade away that Adelaide's first pick and get maybe Jack Martin or someone like that in, Papley or Sam Gray.
It'd be good.
So that's probably what they have to do. They've got enough youngsters there.
Yeah.
Some people seem to think they should go into the draft again and get a few more.
They've probably got enough youth. They've got Tresky Seedon. They've got a lot of first round picks.
Yeah, so I think they played well the last half of the year. So that, they might look. They should be aiming at 8 or 9 wins next year.
They could have a big jump if all things go to plan.
Yeah,
could be the Lions of this year.
Who we missed?
I think that's the 8.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do we miss anyone? Okay, I might talk a little bit about the NAB champs. So I watched another game this week. Big Country versus South Australia. So this was another good game. It came down to the wire at the end.
They all do, don't they?
Yeah, and it's not scripted like the EJ winning games. Did you hear the score?
I'd take was it 275 to 280?
Yeah, that's 5 quarters or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an unscripted game of footy. Will Gould kicked a goal in the last 2 minutes to put South Australia in front, and like a minute later, with like a minute to go, Brodie Kemp kicked the goal from about 40 out, pretty much directly in front, and they won the game. So it was a good game. Will Gould, he's the captain of South Australia, 191 centimeter, not a key defender, like a third tall.
It's like a hybrid, yeah.
Yeah, like in that Shannon Hearn mould. He's good at intercepting and his kicking's elite. He's also got a bit of pace as well. So he kicked a good goal, good running goal from 45. So that's a goal I was talking about. Captained SA, and he plays Sandford as well. And I think he had 27 possessions in this final.
Yeah, and he's playing, they're playing Port this weekend. He's from Glenelg, I think. So he's one of the big threats. So
he could go top 10, and I really like the look of him. And he can. Cal Toomey reckons he'll play footy next year.
Yeah, looks developed.
I think he's rated at number 13 in his draft, but they reckon he's a top 10 chance. Will Day was another player that was impressive. He's a cousin of Sam Day, who went number 3, I think, in
key forward,
2010. Yeah. So this guy was really good. He was played half back, and he's just smart, creative. He's a good user of the footy. Every time he kicked it, he just kicked it to a target. He put it to his teammates' advantage, and apparently can shut down opposition. When I was watching this, I couldn't really notice anyone shutting, because I'm not looking for that. But he was a pretty likely type. So looking at maybe first round, end of first round, second round. Yeah. I'd love him at the Kangaroos because Wickers Willis is always injured, so this guy's like an ideal replacement. So he's from South Australia again, I didn't mention that. And Corey Weightman's the other one. So this guy's a forward pocket, big country. So he kicked 4 goals. He took his chances every time he had a shot on goal. So 4 straight, I think. So, and a couple of rundown tackles, and he's really good at applying that forward pressure.
So he's not just a goal kicker.
No, he's not. He's definitely got the lock the ball in. So compared him to Jamie Elliott, he didn't fly for too many marks. When I was watching him, Toby Green seemed like the player that I would compare him to. But he's a gun, and we need a small forward, so he'll be perfect. And he's looking at going at that. Maybe again, around where Jake Gresham went, like end of first round.
Okay.
Honourable mentions to Flanders, Sarong, De Koning. I've mentioned these guys before, but they were all impressive. Flanders arguably the best on ground even. And Mead, Finlay, Hilda for South Australia. Mead was good. I think he'll probably go first round. Maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll have to match a bid there.
Maybe end of first round though, so it won't be an early bid. So you might get your first pick in and then
get him a second.
But no, he could bolt. But everything he did was pretty classy. So he might be the guy you're after.
Yeah.
Lockie Ash and Hayden Young were also playing in this game for Vic Country. So these two are rated as top 10, like potential top 5 chances. Yeah. They're a bit hot and cold though in this game. And even the games I've seen like 3 games now. Yeah. They meant to have elite kicking, but every time, half the time they kicked it, they just turned it over or just butchered it. They were under pressure though, so maybe that's why. But
maybe overrated.
These guys
slightly.
might slip a bit. Yeah. I guess. I've watched 3 games and they've probably played like 100, but they might slip. And
who's your favourite outside of Rowley Anderson? Who are obviously the consensus top 2? Sarong's my favourite. He looks
Sarong looks really good. Yeah, I'd love Sarong. Like he'll play forward in that Rory Gray mold for the first few years. I like Will Gould. I think he's got that. He can just replace Scott Thompson for us. He'll be perfect. Otherwise, there's a guy called Dylan Stevens for South Australia as well. He's got that Andrew Gaff style left foot. Yeah, so I'd love to have 2 picks inside the top sort of 15.
Yeah, one of these guys
will be good. So we might move on. I might watch a Vic Metro game because I haven't really covered them.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the previews. So you've done a bit of homework and you want to talk about Eagles versus Essendon?
Yeah, so Eagles Dons. I think there's been a bit of talk about Dons causing an upset here, but I think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Dons' 15-year finals losing streak will continue. I think Nick Nack will play. I think he has to. You can't bring him in for a semi-final or a prelim. I think you can probably get away with it because Bell Chambers has played, I think, once in 8 weeks.
That's true,
So,
yeah.
and then
exploiting that.
yeah, and I think Hurley will play as well. He has to. It's a knockout final. But I think Kennedy will return to form against Hurley. He did dominate him last time, and I just don't think the Dons have forwards dangerous enough to make the likes of McGovern or Hearn accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They're just missing that Joe Danaher type to really make the Eagles pay, I guess.
I can see the Dons getting off to a good start, maybe being in the game for like a half, even 3/4, but ultimately it's hard to see them getting up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can't get up, but because Eagles, they can lose. They've dropped a couple of games. You guys got them early in the year.
Yeah.
So they can definitely lose, but I think Ryan and I think Cameron might play. You might be right.
Yeah, with Rioli.
Maybe
They've got a few.
Just to keep McKenna and Saad accountable.
Yeah. But I think that's probably the Dons' big chance if Saad and McKenna get off the leash and run. Because that's where they launch most of their scoring from the back half. So you think Eagles will win as well?
I'll tip the Eagles.
Eagles by 46 for me.
46, might be a bit closer than that, just because it's finals and scoring's at an all-time low because of the new rules, so maybe by like 20 points.
Yeah. So Cats versus Pies. That's what you reckon?
I was going to go to this game, but we have a family dinner, so we won't be able to go.
Oh, no.
But I told my sister, it's okay, you guys will just lose and you'll host whoever the following week, so we'll go to that, and she agreed. So
it'll be at the G2. So.
Yeah, then this game's a sellout. So this is probably the most intriguing game because the Cats, have a 3 wins, 12 loss record, I think, finals or something like that.
Since 07 probably.
Yeah. No, 11 maybe because they won.
Oh yeah, 11. Yeah, the last one.
Yeah. Pies, they have an home ground advantage, but will it really matter, you reckon?
I don't think it matters come finals time. I think it's a huge advantage for the Pies, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think Dangerfield's going to play any worse.
Like in the other podcast I'm listening to, Will Anderson and their Footy one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they talk about Collingwood, how they play best when their backs are against the wall. So,
so they're not going to play well then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if this was in Cardinia Park,
they probably would.
The backs are against the wall, so that's when they win. And Pies, they normally win games where they play away as well.
Yeah.
So this is actually an advantage for the Cats.
Okay, bit of reverse effect there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Stanley versus Grundy is the huge matchup. He had a bit of success on him in round 1. He basically played him as a tagger.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's probably the only ruck in the comp that can match him endurance-wise. Yeah, okay. So I still think Grundy will get on top, but that's probably the Cats' big chance.
So if you can break even, then that'll go a long way.
Not even break even. If you can get like a 30-70 split, it's probably better than what Grundy's doing at the moment. Grundy's been best on ground the last month, pretty much. I just don't think the Cats have enough defenders to stop the returning Stevenson, Elliott. Blitzar, Stewart, and was it Collard Dasney? Yeah, I'm not sure about them on those types.
Yeah, because they're all like quick. They're good overhead and good on ground level.
That's the thing. They play tall and they're quick on the ground. So
the only thing might be that they're gonna have to play as a unit for the first time in 10 weeks or something. Yeah.
So just
So, Elliott's been in form, but the other two, they're just coming back from
he's going to get less attention now because you got Digo and Stevenson returning. So I think Hawkins and Monster roughhead. Narkle, your man Narkle, I think he'll have a huge game. Mm-hmm. And I think Darcy Moore is a huge risk if he plays. I'm not sure if there's a betting.
Is he injured still? Is he? I can't remember.
Well, he came off the ground with hamstring awareness, I don't think he's just not confident in the.
Sounds like you're tipping the Cats.
Yeah, so Cats we'll go 18.
Yeah, similar. I reckon stick with the team that finished on top.
So you'll be at the MCG next week then?
Yeah, I don't know who they play. Okay, Giants and the Dogs. This is another fascinating game. Only a couple of weeks ago, the Dogs kicked 10 in a row or something against them up in the GWS's home ground. So do you think it'll... I didn't even read that. So you reckon they can do the same thing again?
Yeah, I think everyone's backing the Dogs, but then I think Giants are more of a chance. They obviously got that bad blood, not bad blood, but they want to get a bit of revenge for the 16 prelim loss.
Mm-hmm.
Matt DeBoer, he's probably got to go straight to Bont, just lock him down. But Bont's got that added element. He can go forward as well, and I think DeBoer can tag him in the forward line. So I think the Dogs forward line, Norton, Shaki, and your boy Bailey Dale.
Yeah.
You reckon they're, I guess, good enough to kick a winning score?
It could be a bit of a shootout because I think they're definitely good enough. Norton's it's going to be his first final, so and because a big tall forward that can take a contested marks.
Huge,
finals. That's what finals are about. You could say. In the other end, Cameron, Finlayson, Himmelberg. I don't think a couple of them played last time, so the whole game style will be a bit different. And with Kelly back and Whitfield.
Yeah, hopefully Caniglio plays.
I don't think
he's not.
No, only if they make like a prelim or a grand final.
He's their best finals player based on ratings, so it's a huge loss if he doesn't play.
But to still give him a chance. I think everyone's on the Dogs. They're like, can it be a report? Yeah. So sometimes these things just don't come off. So, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants. I might even tip the Giants here actually. Yeah. A bit against the grain, so maybe by like 2 goals.
I think the Dogs would be a great side. I just don't think they're ready. Like even that Mumford Tim English match up. I think in a couple of years English will dominate him, but I think Mummy probably beating up around the stoppages, and then English will have to rely on his athleticism. Yeah,
it's a bit of backs to the wall for the Giants, so they might...
Yeah, every game he is backs to the wall.
Come up and, it might be a shock loss to the Dogs. Because, I don't know, I feel like they might be getting a bit of... Maybe not publicly, but internally. Yeah, it's like, can we repeat 2016?
Yeah. And the Lions-Tigers is the last match of the round, so...
Yeah, another good game. Tigers got him a couple of weeks ago at the MCG.
So I think it's obviously a couple of probably goal difference advantage to the Lions now that's at the Gabba. They're 11-1 or 10-1? 10-1. So you haven't lost it all.
They'll come into it with confidence, and the Lions, I'd like to see them win. And it's hard to tip against the Tigers anywhere, but Tigers have been, if they have any weakness, it's sort of travelling. Yeah,
they don't travel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That first time out of the MCG, in ages.
In 5 years or a couple of months, probably.
I think it's 2 months. I think it's more than 2. I think they had 9 games in a row at the MCG, so almost 3 months.
You reckon Mitch Robertson can shut down Dusty? Because that's probably the key matchup. Dusty's got a great record against the Lions.
Yeah, they need to tag Dusty. Probably Dusty. Yeah, I have to go to Dusty, not Clutching, right? Even a Prestia, even if you knock down on...
Yeah, knock one of them off.
Yeah, they've got a lot of depth. Lambert as well, I suppose. But, Brisbane's forward line just needs to get dangerous. Whether it's Cameron, McStay, Hipwood, Lincoln, McCarthy. Yeah, they just got to hit the scoreboard and, not let Grimes and Vlosten and Ashby zone off and intercept.
Yeah, well, McCarthy, apart from that mark, he hasn't really done much the last probably 2 months. So it's just very... Charlie Cameron-centric at the moment, that forward line. So if they can get a bit of support, they'll go a long way to them winning. Yeah,
put the defence under pressure. Maybe if you just don't kick it in the air, I reckon just do that dirty ball, chaos ball, or whatever you want.
Well, I think that's the thing. They also got Hurley too, so they got probably 4 A-grade defenders that all excel as a loose man as well. I think Andrews and Lynch will be a huge matchup again. Probably break even that one, and then Rewalt. I think Rewalt's probably the key because I think he's way too good for Adams, or who's the next one? Darcy Gardner?
Gardner might got him because he sort of took Adams to the sword last time,
didn't he? He'd still back Rewalt against Gardner, would have thought. Gardner's not a mainstay of the team anymore.
Just need Hodge or someone with experience to come across. I'm looking forward to watching this and watching McCluggage play. I reckon
your boy.
Yeah, I think, did we have him as one of our...
We did.
So I reckon he might... This is set up for him to sort of... I feel like he's a big-time performer. I think he did perform in finals in his underage TAC Cup and that sort of thing. So
finals player.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him.
So you think Lions or Tigers? I think Tigers by 10 points.
No, I'm going to say Lions by 20 points.
Okay. But
I still reckon Tigers can win the premiership even if they lose.
Even if they lose, okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Because they'll be in Melbourne for the rest of the games.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Next 3 weeks. It's probably good if they lose. So hot take.
Yeah.
So while we're on McCluggage.
No, let's go back to that. If it's good if they lose, because that means they play 3 weeks or 4 weeks in a row. Whereas Tiger, the winner of this,
Yeah.
or the prelim winner, I mean, they
So they're playing 3 matches in 5 weeks if they
something
make
like
the
that,
grand final. Yeah.
and people saying that's what got Richmond last year. So
It's probably got the Dogs the premiership. They played 4 in a row.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's go to our. There's no real question, so we might just go to the hot take. So, talk a bit about the All Australian team. It's a while ago now, but they had no wingman.
Yeah, no wingman, no Hill.
Yeah.
Well, Hill wasn't in the 40-man squad.
Exactly,
At
yeah.
least McGluggage was, but
Put Tim Kelly, I think, in the wing.
Bontempelli and Kelly,
Yeah.
and they
They're
don't
more
play on the wing.
midfielders. Yeah, they're more pure midfielders. So it's a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a joke, I suppose, that the team they pick.
Well, I don't mind a couple of forwards on the half-forward flanks. I think you need
Like Danger, yeah.
Walters and Carly Cameron in the forward pockets, but half-forward flanks I don't mind because they're pretty much...
Because Dangerfield does wander up, and even Bont sometimes.
Well, they're midfielders essentially, but...
Yeah, but the wings, if you're going to pick
wings.
a team, there's just no credibility.
You're not picking in positions.
Yeah, so I reckon, Hill should have been on one wing.
Yeah.
And like McGluggage or someone else.
Well, wingmen, they've never had probably more importance in the modern game. So to have no one in even the interchange as well.
They're rewarding it to like the midfielders who missed out, pretty much. Martin wasn't in the team. I thought that was a bit surprising.
Yeah, we had a big last 6 weeks. But maybe over the course of the season, he's probably not one of your best 8 mids. But
I don't know. I think who made it? McRae made it. I think he probably deserves to make it. But Martin, sometimes if you're a gun, we just sort of judge you harshly. So he still had a really good year, Martin.
Still comparing him to the 17-year.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a bit unlucky, maybe.
How about the ruckman as well?
Martin could have replaced Gawn, who made the bench.
Yeah.
So
that would have been a good addition, actually.
Yeah, I think Max Gawn, he's been good, but Grundy's been better. He deserves.
Yeah, it's not the year for two. What successful team plays 2 ruckmen these days?
Yeah.
So
no, they have to pick this. I'd rather have selectors picking a team that's to play. I know they don't play, but picking a team that is to play.
Last season I didn't mind because I thought they were probably even last season, but I think Grundy was far better than Gawn this season.
Yeah, so going out and
maybe
Grundy,
Martin or maybe a wingman. Need a wingman in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could talk about this for a bit longer. I thought Hawkins was a bit lucky to get in
instead of Brown.
Yeah.
Hawkins was good for the first half.
Yeah, then he was quiet for the second. Even some Geelong supporters are surprised. West Coast Eagles had too many players.
Yeah, McGovern shouldn't have been in.
No, he shouldn't have.
Hearn?
Shepard should have been in. Hearn, who didn't really have a good year.
I thought Shepard had a better year than Hearn.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And I think Adam Simpson thought the same as well.
Yeah.
So, a bit of eyebrows raised because of that. But yeah, we can't do anything about it now.
Maybe go your tip for the flag. Or the grand final, maybe.
Grand final, I'll say Brisbane and Richmond.
Oh, Brisbane and Richmond.
That can happen, yeah. It can.
It can, yeah. I'll go Tigers and Eagles actually.
Okay, I don't know. Can that happen? I don't know.
Okay, if that can't happen. No, I think Eagles and I think they're the 2 best teams. Whether they can get there, I'm not sure. But I'll back Eagles. I'll back the Tigers for the flag.
All right, cool. For the flag, Brisbane.
Brisbane. Okay, we'll see how right we are the next pod. So.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you come back the day before.
Yeah, I'll hand this over to you now.
All right, thank you,
Chad.
All right, cool.
Okay, see you next time, guys.